The world had never seen a fleet so vast, so powerful. 300 ships, 28,000 men. From China to India, from Arabia to Africa, kings and sultans braced for war, fearing an invasion unlike any before. But when the ships reached their shores, they were met with a surprise that would echo through history. This was not a fleet of conquest. This was a fleet of knowledge, faith, and peace. And at its helm stood one man, a Muslim admiral whose legend would never fade. Zheng He. Zheng He was not born into power. He was born He. In the mountains of Yunnan, China, the son of a devout Muslim family, his ancestors traced their roots to Persian and Central Asian traders. His father had traveled to Makkah, teaching him the Quran, the stories of the prophets, and the wisdom of faith. But fate was cruel. At just 10 years old, Ming soldiers invaded his homeland. His father was killed, his home destroyed, and Mahi was taken as a captive. Brought to the imperial court, he was forcibly made a eunuch, stripped of his name, his past, and his family. Yet in the palace of Prince Judi, he found not an end, but a beginning. He was trained in warfare, diplomacy, languages, and the science of the stars. He proved himself not just as a servant, but as a strategist, a leader, a survivor. And when Judi seized the throne as Emperor Yongle, he rewarded Mahi with a new name, Zheng He, and with it, a mission that would change the world. The emperor commanded Zheng He to set sail, not for war, but for diplomacy. China was the most powerful empire on earth, but power means nothing if it is unseen. Zheng He was to show the world the majesty of the Ming Dynasty. And so in the year 1405, the seas bore witness to something never seen before. The treasure fleet, enormous 9-masted ships, some over 400 feet long, capable of carrying thousands of men. The world's rulers looked to the sea, and they feared what was coming. In Sri Lanka, India, the Persian Gulf, and East Africa, kings and sultans gathered their armies, expecting battle. But when Zheng He stepped ashore, he did not come with fire and swords. He came with gifts. He came with gold, silk, and porcelain. He came with scholars, doctors, and astronomers. He built mosques in foreign lands, strengthened Islamic trade networks, and prayed beside sultans in Makkah. Where others brought war, Zheng He brought peace. Where others sought to conquer, he sought to connect. For 3 decades, Zheng He sailed further than any before him. He faced storms that shattered ships, pirates who sought to ambush his fleet, and politicians who tried to undermine him. But he never wavered. Some say he reached Makkah, fulfilling the dream of his father. Some say he disappeared into the ocean, his soul becoming one with the waves he once ruled. But legends never die. Today, the world still speaks his name. In Arabia, India, Africa, stories remain of the great Chinese admiral who came not as a conqueror, but as a friend, a diplomat, a man of faith. In a time when men sought to divide the world, Zheng He sought to unite it. He was a Muslim who carried peace, a Chinese admiral who carried faith, a man who carried the hopes of an empire. His fleet may be gone, his sails may have vanished into the mist, but his message remains, a message of peace, knowledge, and brotherhood that still echoes across the seas. For whenever the waves crash upon the shore, whenever the winds whisper across the ocean, you can still hear his name, Zheng He, the guardian of the seas, the messenger of peace, the Muslim admiral who became a legend.